Greetings, everybody. This is Marcel Williams here with yet another talk. Today is the 6th of June, Friday, and today I want to talk about something else that is quite topical. I'm sure you might be interested to hear about this. I've been watching a YouTube video about a black lady from Africa who lives in America by the name of Alice. She's also referred to as Alice the Braider. She won a Content Creator Award and was invited to France, Paris, to receive her award. She paid for her tickets and hotel, left her family, etc., just to go and get embarrassed in Paris. All the other people that were invited, the award winners in the different categories, they received their awards while she sat there all dressed up and posh and ready, and they ignored her right through to the end. In fact, they had a group photo which excluded her, and then when everybody was leaving, guests and all, she was called up to the front to receive her award. She took her award but indicated that she was very embarrassed and hurt. And then they said, no, there must be no questions when they gave her the mic. So it's a terrible thing to have experienced. And that just confirmed my dislike for the French people. Many years ago, several decades by now, I traveled to Europe, what we call the Euro ticket, Eurail. And you could hop on and get off and go to different countries, etc. And I traveled to Paris, France, and it was one of the worst experiences I've had in all my travel days. I've traveled to several countries in the world, but France I grew to dislike immediately. Open discrimination I discovered there, unfriendliness, racism, blatant racism. And I've traveled to different countries at that time through the Eurail ticket, England, France, Germany, not Italy, I think it was Holland, and even as far as the Scandinavian countries. And I didn't experience that discrimination as I did in France. The hotel that I was at in Paris was the worst experience I've ever had at any hotel, because it wasn't only discomfort, it was haunted. It was so haunted that I couldn't wait until the morning to leave Paris. And one of the things the first thing we did was to hop onto the first train to get out of France, to get out of Paris, to go to Germany. So, when I saw this lady, Alice the Braider's experience, it all came back to me, my dislike for the French people and the country France. In hindsight, I'm also now glad the Germans licked the French in the 1870 war, licked the French in the First World War, licked the French in the Second World War. They deserved it. They didn't really account for themselves on the battlefields, and yet they wanted to be, from Napoleon's time, as if they're the it of it all. I'm so also glad that the English destroyed their fleets, the pride of the French armaments in their own French harbor, to prevent the Germans getting hold of the French fleet in the Second World War. And they never forgave the English for that. But it was right. That is war. And then it's laughable in recent times that, and I need to just mention also the strange, laughable fact is that in the Second World War, they had built up this huge defense line called the Maginot Line, with huge guns facing the German border to defend themselves from another invasion that could have taken place like it was in the First World War. Just for Hitler's army to go round through Belgium, come round the back, and neutralize those guns facing all east and destroy them. So that's laughable. And then more recently, it's also laughable that the national teams of France can be described as African teams because most of the players are African. So, they accept them there to win matches, but basically it's not them. And then also, even more recently, I've come to learn that the colonies of France are now actually woken up and they are actually just expelling the French from their territories, specifically there in West Africa, the Sahel states like Mali, Burkina Faso, Gabon, Niger, and so forth. And I'm so glad about that because they have been robbed clean by the French neo-colonialists, giving them nothing for their resources and so on. So it's shocking what the French have done over over the century to their former colonies, which they now do as neo-colonialism. The African states as well as Haiti. Haiti is in perpetual poverty as a result of the association and the engagement with France. So it's plain evil and wickedness that has been taking place, and they must return all the stolen goods that they've taken from these people, and these people are calling for it now. And they must return all artifacts. I just wanted to share this with you today because I don't think there's many people who are aware of this wickedness that's taking place under our very noses. And the thing is this, fairness is fairness and justice is justice. So have a great weekend going forward.